exactly 1 month ago, I was fired. Startup that I was working in, they had a deadline of about a month, and I completed in 2 weeks. But they were not paying enough, so I asked him for a raise, and he just fired me. I was devastated. I was having breakdowns, and I was crying. What happened was that first guy, he paid me 12,000, and I tweeted about it. It was a very neutral tweet, and later in about 3-4 days, it went to about 40,000.
When this founder saw your tweet had nothing. It had like, I've made 12,000 rupees or whatever. What did they find in your profile that, was different that they liked?
I was not really concerned about jobs.
Okay.
I mean, I was, but I did not. I was very dependent on my college placements. I thought ki. So at 6:30, I posted that tweet. At 10:30, a co-founder reached out to me on Twitter. Then the founder and I had a chat on WhatsApp, and he asked me some questions. He offered a huge amount, 5 times of what I was earning before. तो मैं तो वही ठंडा पड़ गया था.
Who taught you this path of build a lot of projects and eventually you'll, let's say, get a job? So hi everyone, welcome to another podcast. Today we have Tanmay. Tanmay will share his journey of how he got an internship, job, the product he's working on, his learning journey, everything from the start. Without any further ado, Tanmay, can you give a brief introduction about yourself?
Okay, so Namaste, I am Tanmay and I'm from Nagpur. Currently, I'm in my 4th year of engineering in Pune. And I've been working for the past 1 year. I started my journey in web dev in about May. I started from HTML from the very start, and from CSS to Flexbox. Now I might not say that I'm very perfect or expert, but I make products from zero, and people hire me to make their MVPs. So the reason why I'm having this podcast right now with you is because exactly 1 month ago, I was fired from a startup that I was working in. So they wanted a product, and they had a deadline. They had a deadline of about a month, and I completed in 2 weeks, but they were not paying enough. So I asked him for a raise, and he just fired me a
Damn.
week later. So I was devastated. I was having breakdowns, and I was crying. And simultaneously, I was working in another startup because my friend said कि वहाँ भी deadline शुरू है, तो वहाँ भी मेरा काम शुरू था, and I really needed to buy a good phone. So I was working my ass off. And suddenly, what happened was that first guy, he paid me 12,000, and I tweeted about it. It was a very neutral tweet, and it went viral because yours was the fourth like, and later in about 3-4 days, it went to about 40,000. So at 6:30, I posted that tweet. At 10:30, a co-founder reached out to me on Twitter, and he said ki, we really like your work and we would like to hire you. And I was like, okay, sure. अभी तो 11:30 बज रहे रात के, कल सुबह बात करते हैं. And later in the morning, so he said कि ऐसा ऐसा है, we need an MVP like blah blah blah. Hola, it's pretty good, but I had my learnings that I should not be very hasty. So I said like, okay, ठीक, I can do this in 1 month. So I was like, okay, ठीक है, sure. And then the founder and I had a chat on WhatsApp, and he asked me some questions. He really liked the way I was being punctual and making points and everything. So he offered a huge amount, like 5 times of what I was earning before.
Okay.
And तो मैं तो वही ठंडा पड़ गया था. He was like, okay, sure, you're good. And would you like to come to Bangalore? There's a startup summit. And I said that I do not have any means to go there. So I said, अरे no worries, just give me your email ID and your date of birth. And I just gave him. मुझे लगा 3rd AC वगैरह का ticket होगा train का. And 15 minutes later, I had a flight ticket from Indigo. And
Nice.
And I went to Bangalore from for that. So I emailed on 100xdevs, and the next day I got this message for the podcast.
To summarize, you were doing small gigs like 12,000 rupees. You posted about that on Twitter. I retweeted, and the standard thing happened, it blew up, but that caught the eye of a founder, which then reached out to you and offered you initially eventually increased. I did not understand that part, how the comp worked there. But now you're working there. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So finally
So
you have is it an internship or a job?
I am working there full time.
Full
I'm
time.
the founding engineer there. So I am the tech team. I just the founder just tells me ki I want this feature, and I just deliver. I give him a timeline. I just deliver that. So recently, the market is very down, and we are not having really good placements in our college. I'm not even getting shortlisted. So I was also devastated in May. So I started lead code in June. I solved about 36 questions and I was bored. So I made Letalytics. I mean, that was another project that went viral. All the user needs to do is put a username, their lead code username, and it will generate a card over it. So I got about 650 users in 2 days from
Nice.
that, just from Twitter. And whenever I told this in any startups that I generated this many users, they hire me in the next 10 minutes.
Nice. That's very cool. That's a very underrated way to get noticed. And when this founder saw your tweet had nothing. It had like I've made 12,000 rupees or
Yeah.
whatever. What did they find in your profile that was different that they liked?
I posted almost all of my projects
Got it.
from the progress of Letalytics from first 20 users to 900 users I have posted. Then I made an enterprise product for my Jijaji. For their business, I made that and I posted that. Uh, in April, I applied for a company and it was an AWS project. I made that and I uploaded the progress there too. So my feed was consistently made of my projects and my learnings, and not just any cringe learnings. I mean, they were proper framed, and they were very planned. Ki, okay, if someone is going through them, they know what to do
Right.
next. And if they want to reach out to me, they would just comment. I met a great load of incredible people just from Twitter, and I hope to continue to do so.
Amazing. Tell me about your dev journey. How did you start to learn coding?
Okay, so I am a very native Python developer. Not a developer, I would just say I was interested in ML and data. And I started in May because I wanted to make some money, and web dev was the most shortest way possible because it was very hard to get into ML. Jobs were not into my field view anymore. So I went into web dev. I started from HTML. I did not know what divs are, what h1 tags is. I just had a glance of them back in like 8th or ninth in school. So I started from there, and I did not really have any background of coding. Just in 11th or 12th, I had SQL and Python. And so, furthermore, I started in May. Very luckily, I got an internship in July as a React developer for a guy in Canada. And then for the next 6 months, I worked with him. I learned Next.js. And in January, I met Vineet through cohort, obviously.
Nice.
And we went together to Chitkara. There was a hackathon there. And then slowly, I had to make progress. I made projects. Uh, I did not really give a lot of time learning docs or watching YouTube videos because obviously your words ring into my ear ki like tutorial help nahi chahiye, nahi chahiye. So I consistently made about 30-35 projects until now since
Nice.
the last year, and almost half of them are deployed.
Amazing.
Uh, so yeah.
Are they all open source? Do you just post all of your code on GitHub, deploy it, leave it?
Most of them are, but where the users are concerned, I did not publish that publicly.
Makes sense. Got it. Very cool, man. This is interesting. Who taught you this path of build a lot of projects and eventually you'll, let's say get a job, or you just
I
figured it
am
out?
no, I was not really concerned about jobs.
Okay.
I mean, I was, but I did not. I was very dependent on my college placement. So I thought कि October, November तक तो हो ही जाएगा. But here I am not even getting shortlisted, and some companies reached out to me on Twitter, but they were hiring for full time, so I could not do that with college. So uh, learning just from your cohort and your learnings, make some projects, and I wanted to make something that is actually interactive, that users can use and they can see. And yeah, I mean, if there are active links on my resume and anyone can go through them rather than just a GitHub repo, so
Right.
that's a good impression, I think.
Amazing. That's super cool. Uh, is there a framework you choose to like get a project, like choose a project? Yeah, this is
Next
something.
year's, like, always,
Got it.
always.
And like, sorry, by framework I meant, do you have a framework in mind? This is a project I should build. How do you get project ideas?
I get in shower, but I should not say that. But so the recent one that I am working very hard on was when I discovered APIs in June, some product APIs, and I was planning to make something on them, but then you dropped the video on that YouTube Q player, and I made something really cool with Spotify, just like that. So I'll show you the tutorial, like walkthrough after this. So
Nice.
just find a question or just find a problem around you and just try to solve them. I made many projects for many shops, many businesses. Uh, there's a business in Bhilai that I'm planning to work for, and people are out there. You just need to show out your work, and you'll get hired.
Amazing. That's great. Seems like your learning curve is very good. I'm just assuming because a lot of people struggle initially. For beginners, people who are just starting out, struggling with HTML, CSS, do you have any advice there?
Don't be out there just asking people. There's a very cool website called Google. Just use it. And I mean, there are people who would ask silly questions कि मैं कहाँ से करूँ, मैं कहाँ से करूँ.
Yep.
Just do it. Just do it. I mean, I was doing lead code, and मैं एकदम से बोर हो गया. I just started मैंने लीड एलिटिक्स बना दिया 3 दिनों में. मेरे पास रजिस्टर्ड अब 950 यूजर्स है. So अब वो प्रोजेक्ट मैं कहीं भी दिखा दूँ, आई गेट हायर्ड बिकॉज आई
Right.
नो हाउ टू जनरेट यूजर्स. एंड अब जैसे मैंने लीड कोड छोड़ दिया उसके वजह से,
Right.
बट या आई मीन कुछ है तो कुछ नहीं है. एंड मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंटली योर कम्युनिकेशन शुड बी वेरी गुड. सो जैसे आई कम फ्रॉम अ वेरी मिडिल क्लास, वेरी लोअर मिडिल क्लास बैकग्राउंड. नो वन अराउंड मी कुड स्पीक इंग्लिश, और इवन इन माई स्कूल्स मोस्टली ग्रामर भी हिंदी में पढ़ाया जाता था. तो
Right.
मैंने वेरी फॉर्चुनेटली मैंने फ्रेंड्स देखा, केबल टीवी था और इंग्लिश गाने थे, तो वही देखते देखते मैंने खुद से बात करना शुरू किया. मन में इंग्लिश ही चलती थी. एंड या धीरे धीरे आई वॉज फ्लुएंट इन इट एंड आई कुड रियली स्पीक वेल. And I can state my points well because I'm not limited to any language. मैंने पंजाबी आंदी है, आमाके बांग्ला येते, मराठी तर येतेच मला आणि हिंदी तो आती है.
Okay. Dude, nice. Pretty multi-talented. Super cool. Why did you learn so many languages?
ऐसे ही सुनते सुनते आ गई. अब स्पेनिश सीख रहा हूँ.
Very nice, man. How old are you?
I'm 22.
22. Very cool. And so you graduate this year. This is your final year?
हाँ, this is my final year.
Nice. Very cool, man. That's all the questions I had. Do you have any questions for me? Do you want to show the project? We can keep the stream on. Everyone can see. One thing I wanted to say was you are right. Like communication matters a lot. Like basically you are the benchmark. If you can speak as well as you are speaking right now, you can at least, put forward your point. I'm meeting a lot of people these days who are good, but they fumble a lot, can't speak. Even in Hindi, they can't speak. It's not like it's a language barrier. I don't know what it is. But yeah, underrated skill to have. Cool.
And यही
Show
है
me the
कि
project.
मतलब communication is not very looked upon. They feel like tech है, but tech won't get you the job. Tech won't get you the interview. Yeah, that's it.
Right. Amazing. Cool, man. Show me your projects. What did you want to show?
Okay.
Let me share my screen here and we'll go from there. All right. What is it called?
100x Spotivity
.com.
.versal.app. नहीं, अभी तक पैसे नहीं आए.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. The UI is fantastic. Yeah, pretty good. Love
Uh,
it.
अरे अरे थोड़ा आराम से तो देखो
हाँ,
मतलब.
हाँ, मैं अभी बस एक्सप्लोर कर रहा था हाई लेवल.
Actually, so when I was learning JavaScript last year, तो मुझे oops पढ़ना था.
Hmm.
And if you can see up there, those balls at the top, that's actually a physics engine that I coded. उसका momentum वगैरह देखना, it is extremely accurate. And और बीच में ना gravitation है. So after a
ग्रेविटी
while
बीच में.
जब
हाँ.
collision damping होता है, so all the balls settle down.
नाइस.
और ये मैंने तभी पढ़ा था बिकॉज आई वांटेड टू अप्लाई, क्योंकि मुझे सिर्फ डेव सी प्लस प्लस में नहीं करना था. आई वांटेड टू अप्लाई समथिंग, सो आई
नाइस.
मेड दैट. माय कंप्यूटर टीचर रियली स्कोल्डेड मी फॉर इट, बट बट आई वांटेड टू मेक समथिंग प्रैक्टिकल.
This is great.
अगर
Firstly, what does
मुझे
it do? Let me read through it. Control your playback of your speaker playing in room over Spotify. Only the host can create and host the room. Any user can join the room by entering the room code. Similar to Google Meet, the host has all the selective choices. Any room member can add songs to the queue. The background changes corresponding to the album cover. All the playback data is updated in real time. Is
yeah.
it that similar to that Muser application that I did on YouTube?
Yes, you हाँ kind of.
Got it. I
And
need
if
to do
you,
this.
I added a really मैंने रियलाइज नहीं किया.
Hmm.
गो बैक टू द लैंडिंग पेज, नीचे नीचे आना. सो
Yeah.
देर इज दिस पिगिट वर्किंग एंड ऐसा लगता है कि समय उसे देख के हंस रहा
Huh.
है.
That's good. That's so good. Nice. Subtle details. So good. How did you create this landing page? It has a lot of animation. This is your engine. How did you
Yeah.
create this? Is this some component library?
No, no, no. Everything. I did not use a single component library. Everything I coded by myself.
Where is the source code of this? I love to see it.
I can add you as a collaborator on my
Oh, it's
GitHub.
private? Okay. All right.
Obviously.
Nice one. You'll build a business out of this. Very cool.
हाँ, तो ऐसा है कि many people can let's say restaurants, cafes है. If you go and log in,
Yeah.
um, okay, since you are not a premium user right now, तो आप room नहीं बना पाओगे.
Hmm.
But you can join my room. I will make it right now.
Sure. Okay, you
And
connect login with Spotify, and what
what
happens
happens
next?
is I need to have access tokens for that. तो OAuth का बहुत लंबा चौड़ा process है.
Like, wait, I need to know this. So, why are you using what? Like, what exactly do you need from Spotify? Why can't people just come and post a link to Spotify? Is my question. What extra comes by making them log in?
Because they need refresh tokens and access tokens to access the playback, to access the everything that Spotify is playing. उसके लिए लगता है डेटा लगता है. तो वो सिर्फ प्रीमियम यूजर्स को एक्सेस देते हैं, and
Got
that's why
it.
normal user cannot do that. And moreover, I need to uh, attach you in my application first,
Got it.
and then only you will be able to create a room. So a very very stupid use case would be, let's say Samay is in a stream और उसके members only है, so he made a room and उसने बोला कि अच्छा चलो आज तुम मुझे गाने सुनाओ. So he can create a room and he can send the code for the room and people can add the queue. Okay, so I will add you right now. 1 second.
Yeah. Okay, so it's proper access restricted. No one. It's not publicly available. No one can come and add. Only members can add.
Yeah.
That's
So-
nice. It's a good feature.
Wait. So right now you are the only user there. So there's this single ball.
Oh,
And
nice.
if I start playing my song, if you can listen,
Playing on my side. Should it play on my side as well?
no, 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 नहीं वैसा नहीं चलेगा क्योंकि वो सिर्फ एक जगह चलता है. And you
Perfect.
can add any song from there. Like go into search any song.
Oh, nice. I don't know.
कोई भी पंजाबी गाना लगा दो.
हाँ हाँ वही सोच रहा था. This is very good. This is like a very polished version. This is so cool. And how as more people join here, you'll get more.
आप
More of these
दूसरी जो
balls.
मेंबर है ना आप
Very nice.
वहाँ you can put that code. ऊपर वाला कोड. Not that. हाँ नीचे ही वहाँ लिखा है. हाँ. Just paste that there and add कर लो.
There you go. Now there are two balls. Fucking amazing. Very cool. Extremely polished. Yeah, no wonder you're getting jobs. Very
सो
cool, man. Love it.
कोई भी आओ और आप दोनों जगह से ऐड कर सकते हो.
And
See,
इसमें वो क्या है?
the
Can I see the
background
queue,
changed according to the
upvoting?
theme.
Yeah, yeah, I saw that. It was fucking amazing. Very cool. Is there a place where I can see the queue? Is there upvoting functionality, things like these? Great, man.
So
Very nice.
you really like
Yeah,
it?
yeah, genuinely. I'm very brutal about these things. So I'll tell you the good things. Uh, Attention to detail is great. Landing page is great. And as you keep going in, the color changing physics thingy, those are great. And it tells that you have been doing this for years. You had a physics engine back in the day that you reused over here. And no bugs. Multiplayer apps, backend servers go down like this. Yours was smooth. The best part, the reason that impressed me a lot was that Spotify से direct connection. It's like you've opened, anyone can play songs on your Spotify. That is
Yeah, I mean, that's the purpose. Let's say you have a central speaker in your room.
exactly,
जो आपका जो purpose था
exactly,
YouTube वाला,
exactly.
the same thing but with okay. And I had another
Yeah.
thing कि मेरे कॉलेज से सिर्फ एक ही अच्छी चीज़ हो रही है मेरे लिए. That is, I got selected as an AI intern for the university in Peru.
Tough choice.
So I'm going to Peru from January to May. हाँ,
Very nice. You should do it. No reason not to do it. Is it paid? Will you be able to take care of your finances and everything?
fully
Very
sponsored.
nice. Amazing, man. And is it your tier one college? What's your college?
Very tier 3 college, very.
Okay, got it. Nice, nice, man. And what do you think differentiated you so much from everyone? I can tell you're a good developer now, but tell me how. Like, what helped you, or is it just intellect?
It's
I don't know.
just that I try to learn from everything. Even if I'm using ChatGPT, I would try to learn कि ये हो कैसे रहा है.
Right,
How am I doing this? And if I do not have the time, then I would just wrap it up, but I would still keep that attention to detail.
right,
How is this happening? And more importantly, I'm very I would not say I would not gloat about it, but I am pretty creative. I paint.
yeah.
मैं साइकिलिंग करता हूँ अभी तो मतलब आई रियली हैड मतलब पैसे की थोड़ी कमी थी तो साइकिल एक साल से पड़ी हुई है पंचरी तो
अच्छा.
और जैसे बचपन में भी कभी कभी ऐसा जिम वगैरह जाने के 800 रुपये बाप रे आई कुड नेवर तो मैं घर पर ही वर्कआउट वगैरह करता था एंड वही सेम हालत मेरे भाई को लगी सो यू लाइक आई थिंक आई लर्नड फ्रॉम हिम दैट you are the average of the people around you.
Very cool, man. Super, super impressed. I don't say this very often, so yeah, just keep at it, and all the best for your Peru journey. And yeah, let's meet in Delhi. Let's go from there. All right.